Welcome back to Echo Ridge. Today, we got a special treat for you. I was recently invited to a playtest by Ubisoft, who has sponsored this video so that I can show you Anno 117 Pax Romana, where you get to play as a newly appointed governor in the Roman Empire. I was no doubt excited because, as many of you know, Anno is a staple in the strategy genre for PC gamers. A couple of notes as we begin the gameplay here. My recording session was done at 1080p, but I was assured that the game is going to be launching with 4K support in late 2025, and I'll be putting some links down below for you to check it out yourself, and if you decide to, wishlist this title, being touted as the most ambitious in the series yet. So without further ado, let's get started. So while I've been admiring the map and just scrolling around, just to get myself acquainted with our beautiful island here, I am losing 100 denarii due to land taxes, so I should probably get going. We're going to start off by building a governor's villa. I think I'm going to try to line up with the harbor. I mean, doesn't that just look gorgeous? There was a tutorial to walk me through some of the beginning steps, and as the standard and the Anno series, you have roads and everything needs to be connected. Much to no one's surprise, we do start off after building that villa with the woodcutter. I think this is a decent spot. It says it'll get 100% production here, and when you zoom in and move the woodcutter around, you can see it only takes 120 resources to make this building to operate at 100%. As the standard in games, you can rotate the placement of the buildings, but here we can put them diagonally, which is really going to help shake up and add some creative dynamic to your own colonies. I think I'll end up putting the sawmill on this road, but away from the main path. Next up, I need to build a warehouse so they can drop these materials off. Looks like there's barely not enough room there, so I'll put it on this corner. We can see down here in the bottom of the menu, I do have 29 timber now. Now, while I'd love to go off the beaten path, I suppose our workers do need a place to live, and the tutorial's kind of demanding it. So I need to build 10 Libertas residences. Look, I'm going to mispronounce everything in this game, so please just, feel free to correct me in the comments below. And I don't want to build my residences right next to the warehouse. That doesn't seem like a great place to live, so I'm going to make another road here. Using some of the denarii that I have started with, we'll just make a nice little square because that's what we do in these games. We make immovable squares. That way we can be as efficient as possible. Notice too, as the villas are going down, oh, see, I've already done it. There's not enough room to fit one there. Ah, the wonderful relocate building. Perfect for my OCD. I'll just build another road down here. And there we go. We have completed our 10 villas. Upon the construction of our villas, our worker needs pane has popped up, and the Liberti, which is the sort of tier 1 worker, requires food here. They'd also love a market and a tavern. I'm sure we'll get there soon. And the workers themselves prefer sardines and porridge. Sounds like a delicious combination. So step 1, let's put down some fisheries. That looks good and lines up nicely. Now we just need a wonderful little road here. And now we have some sardines being collected. And is there anything that goes better with sardines than porridge? I don't think so. So let's start with that production chain. First, we need to put down an oat farm. Looks like it's just going to take us 3 timber. I do not know how much room the oat farm takes. So you know what that means. Another road. Okay, here's our oat farm in. Now I just need to provide some plots. Pretty standard fare. That's 32. This is 68. Look at that. 80 on the nose. Oh, they're complaining there's no warehouse in range. It's just down the road. I suppose if I'm going to put my oats and porridge facilities over here, I might as well put a warehouse as well. Time for another road. Let's put down a warehouse right here. And then we'll add our porridge kitchen. Now, I'm not sure. Does the porridge kitchen need to be close to the residences? Or is it just where they're making the porridge? How many people would get upset if I built this building diagonal right now? I'm really tempted. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks fine. Porridge kitchen is in. It looks like we're just making the porridge here. There's no seating for people. Our population is rising. That's due to the fact that we're providing for more of their needs. We now have a total population of 18. The amount of detail in every single model is just amazing. Okay, first they wanted food, now they want a market and a tavern. As the standard, we're going to put the market close to where the people live. You can see the beautiful circle here. And the great thing with the relocate building is even though I want to make sure this is placed perfectly, if it isn't, I can just move it later. Our market is in. Might as well put the tavern right across the street. That seems like a good idea. The next step in the tutorial shows us that every fulfilled need increases the attributes of a residence. There are 8 total attributes: population, income, belief, knowledge, prestige, health, happiness, and fire safety. And as the tutorial opens up, we're given more and more information on the UI. Our island happiness is now going up, mostly from the tavern, as expected. We can also go to the island population and you can see where our population is coming from based off of what we're providing the island. Here in the very top right, we can see that we are a small outpost with a city status of 1. Unfortunately, our budget is still not great. I need to pause more when I'm sitting here running my mouth because we are losing 177 denarii per minute. Hopefully I can fix that soon. After placing down the market and the tavern, it looks like we've unlocked the next set of needs. Tunics and, yep, Pilius? We're not going to call them Piliuses. I think we're just going to call them little hats. Oh, and they provide more income as well. First, I'm going to need a hemp farm apparently on the production for the tunics. What about for the little hats? A sheep farm. Well, to our farming district we go. Let's start with the hemp. I'm sure there's no other use for it other than making tunics, people. Oh, they got me. You only need 60 fields of hemp, so time to move this little guy over. I'm going to grab my convenient relocation feature, and then I will add the modules. Let's see if I line this up well again. Oh, it's off by 2. Okay, well, we're restarting that. Let me pause this while I figure this out. I should have been pausing and building this entire time. After not a long time, I promise, I have figured out the perfect square for this 60 field hemp farm. OCD wins again. Since we're over here in the farming area, let's build our sheep farm. The livestock farms require 3 plots. That looks okay. Oh, no, wait, I got a better way to do this. Stand by. If I move this over, put the 3 right next to it. Oh, that is perfect. We now have sheep and hemp coming in. Time to make some tunics. Now the game is indicating that the spinner or the tunic making factory provides the bonuses to buildings. But I'm not sure if I want to put my tunic making facility right next to my residences or right next to the hemp farm. It is a needs-based building, so I am thinking that it's supposed to go next to the population so that they can come get their tunics and their little hats. So maybe we'll put it on the edge of both. Actually, no, it's a store. You know what? We're going to put it right over here next to the tavern. Oh, we even have a perfect spot here for little hats. There you go, people. Main Street now calls. You can come grab a mead, a new tunic, and a little hat. It took a little bit for the supplies to come all the way from the warehouse to make it to the spinner and the little hat factory. Little hat factory is still missing its goods. Look at the level of detail. It's even showing how much time it takes to drop off the sheep resource to the warehouse. And if we highlight over the input storage on our little hat maker, you can see they are working with the sheep that were delivered from the warehouse. All right, people, I really need you to buy more little hats. I'm at a deficit of 188 denarii. We do have a next quest, though. Once we reach 100% of the fashion needs, you know, tunics and little hats, we can then upgrade a residence. It looks like these residences can hold 5 liberty, which means I have a total amount of residences for 50 citizens. But we have an island population of 59. I know we're going to be upgrading these residents soon. So does that mean when I upgrade the residents that Libertas can no longer live in there? So let me try upgrading 2 of them. Oh, they're much fancier homes. But to make sure that our base level citizen still has a place to live, I'm going to throw down 2 more of those. We now have a surplus of plebeian workforce of 3. I don't think we have any production buildings that require that. A whole bunch of new production buildings have popped. We can now make tiles, charcoal. We also have more services. Pretty standard fare if you're used to the Anno series. We also have military buildings. That sounds very expensive, like it's only going to cost me more money. I need to make more money. I'll bet you the plebeians pay more in taxes. In the interest of trusting the tutorial, I am going to do the next step and create 3 tiles. Oh, I've just found more buttons. This is the province map. And it even shows what resources are available on this island. Buttons were down here. Oh, there's a day-night cycle. Let's make it later at night and see how it looks, huh? Oh, here it is at midnight. The tavern's popping. Don't forget to pick up your little hats and your tunics. I think we'll go with 3 p.m. I think it's nice and bright. There's also our speeds down here. All right, time to make some tiles. To make tiles, we need clay, and then we're going to make a tiler. But the tiler is also going to use a charcoal kiln. So step 1, a clay pit. Okay, here's our existing sites of clay. Which one do I want to use? Something close. Oh, this seems to be perfect. It's right off of our farm road. Next up is our tiler. Put our tiler in there, and it looks like the tiler requires the fuel provided by the charcoal kiln, which again does provide more of a fire risk, but desperate times, desperate measures. Let's put the charcoal kiln there. Now the game's starting to give me warnings about low health and low fire safety. Look, sorry about your party. Oh, they need more plebeians. I will upgrade a couple more, but whenever I upgrade, I want to still put down some of the existing buildings. That way our Libertas still have a place to live. In fact, why don't I make a nice little square here? And then in the middle, we have some decorative plots here. It'll only cost us a little bit of money, huh? How about some short grass and an olive tree? Look how beautiful. We're still missing 8 plebeians, so time for more upgrades. And even after putting the houses, the plebeians are still not coming in, and it's probably because we're not meeting any of their needs. For instance, the minimum being food. They want bread and garum. No sardines and porridge for them. Maybe I should have put down their basic necessities before I ended up putting down the production buildings that they need. Now, bread is a lot. It's a wheat farm, watermill, bakery, and a charcoal kiln. Well, the charcoal kiln is right over here. So I think what I'm going to do is put down the wheat farm here and make another road. I do not have enough material to build the building yet. The space for the building is reserved though. And the reason why, because the wheat farm requires the tiles. It's a fancy wheat farm, but I need the bread in order to get people to work here. We are making tiles. They're just going a little bit slow. While we do still have a shortage of workforce because the building likes 6 plebeians, we only have 4 working there. Oh, the charcoal kiln wants a more forest area. Oh, well, I can make that happen. Or I can just put the charcoal kiln right here and there's plenty of forest. There we go. And now they're happy with plenty of forest. Charcoal is being delivered here. Beautiful. You can see the fuel for the building required to take the clay and turn it into more tiles. Let's go check on the other food source for the plebeians. Oh, they don't want standard sardines. They want mackerel. They're fancy. And all 3 of these buildings also require tiles, so we're just going to concentrate on the bread for now. That way I can get at least 1 food source for the plebeians. The wheat farm is big and it requires 140 plots. There's no way this is going to line up perfect, but it's what we've got. Oh my goodness, it lined up perfect. OCD is winning again. Our wheat farm is in. We finally got enough tiles. You better make good use of those tiles. Next up is the watermill. Requires 2 more, and it also has to be next to a river slot. This is getting off the beaten path for us, isn't it? I suppose this one would be better. It's on this side of the river, and then I'll just do a magic road right there. And that's not too bad because we got to bring the wheat here. Of course, they might go to the warehouse first, and then from the warehouse all the way back to the watermill. You know what? I think I can save a lot of cash. I'm wondering if I can just get rid of this warehouse. And then I could have just built all of our lumber facilities over here. Yep, we're doing it. So our balance is a little bit better. Each warehouse looks like it costs 10 denarii and 5 Liberty citizens. So I'm happy with making that adjustment. Now everything's sort of centralized here. No warehouse in range. It's right there. All right, let me try moving it on this side of the street. Now it's happy. We now have 10 tiles in our inventory along with 73 timber. We're still hurting on a little bit of charcoal. No surplus quite yet, but I'm assuming once we increase our plebeian workforce, that'll be a little bit better. Right now we're running at half the efficiency. Unfortunately, our woodcutter is now too far away from the warehouse. I'm starting to think I can't cram all these into one spot to save me the 10 denarii per minute. So I'm just going to let them win and put a warehouse closer. So after all that moving, at least the wood production is a little bit closer. But this is about the range where you want the warehouses separated by. Otherwise, you're going to start seeing that the warehouses aren't in a good enough range. All right, back to making more bread. We have our tiles, so we just need a bakery now. I don't have enough people to work here quite yet, but that's going to be okay. Now, this is a double-edged sword. It's making them happy and sad that the bakery's over here. Probably sad because of the fire risk. But I'll bet you'll be happy when you have the delicious bread, so we're going to put it there. So after a little bit, our bakery, once it gets some flour and the charcoal, will start producing the bread. It's only 40% of the workforce, but it's sort of a chicken and an egg situation from what I see. Or maybe they just want a lot more residences. Hovering over the plebeian workforce, it says I have plus 10.5 from residences, but I'm using 23 from production. Whereas we have a surplus in Liberty workforce. So let's convert a few more of these residences. Oh, I accidentally converted them all. Well, that's not great, but hey, we've got all of our plebeians. I suppose while I'm expanding the housing district, I can add a couple more roads to make this trip a little bit more convenient. Oh, what's going on with you, buddy? Can you help us get to our Collegium's yearly event? Sure. Take the Liberty aboard, yes. Drop off the Libertine hitchhikers at the Villa Augusta. I'm thinking I should not have done that quest because I have no idea where the Liberty Augustus is. Let's do some exploration. Alright, enough people are clamoring about the fire risk, so I suppose we need to put some emergency services. Here's our fire safety. Oh, this is going to be so pricey, but it makes sense. That's another 10 denarii. We are now exploring the ocean blue. I probably should have been doing this from the rip. In my defense, the tutorial didn't tell me to do this yet. But there's our little hitchhikers. And we found a neighboring island. They seem to be growing a little bit faster than me. It's not fair. I'm recording a YouTube video. It looks like there are contracts available, though. We have the official greeting of the governor. We're going to give a positive response. Quite frankly, I don't have the money to do anything, so more friends is better. And now we have unlocked the diplomacy screen. Very nice. Might be coming to you for money soon, pal. So far, hitchhikers have not found their destination yet. The hitchhikers keep asking me, are we there yet? I don't know how to break it to them that I have no idea where we're going. Our new neighbors offered us a small gift of 8,600. Is that straight cash? Oh, it was straight cash. Look at that. Thanks for the coin, friend. We have discovered another island that is ripe for the taking. Unfortunately, I'm too busy baking bread and finding out where the hitchhikers need to go. Nice enough, I am able to queue up waypoints for the ship. Oh, we found another island. Conveniently enough, when I click on the quest, there's a little button here that says this is where we need to go. So I'm just going to take my ship, add a waypoint, and off they go. We will see how the hitchhikers do here in a little bit. Missing goods. What are we still missing here? Still more flour. We did get the workforce stabilized. We had entirely too much liberty. No one's happy about the charcoal kiln. Maybe I can add another public service. Here's some medical facilities, and it looks like it has a pretty good reach. So to predict for future growth, I say we put it right here. Oh, that's expensive. 20 denarii a minute. That's not great. And we've made it to a small town despite the fact that my bakery system is still not working. And that happens because we reached a population over 150 Romans. I found the problem with our bread production. It's once again need more warehouses. I should have guessed that. I was just having too much fun voyaging the ocean blue. Let's put a warehouse, say here. Now a watermill can turn grain into flour. And I've got 53 tiles, so I might as well get working on the garum. So the first thing I need is one of these mackerel factories. There we go. Inadequate fertility? That sounds like a personal problem. Look at this. Look how well it lined up. Perfect. Now it'll be even closer to get the wheat to the bakery. And apparently we don't have any mackerel off these shores, so I'm going to get rid of this thing. Now I have to start trading for some mackerel. Next quest was fulfilled. I'm assuming they're going to have something else for me to do. Now I got to bring that cargo all the way back. So off it goes. I need to find some wonderful mackerel. After looking around for a little bit, you can see around this island, I do have sturgeon, but I don't have any mackerel. You know who has mackerel, though? Old Augustus. We finally have some bread, and it's unlocked some additional services, the Sanctuary and the Grammaticus. This isn't too bad, right? I just need to put down a wonderful sanctuary somewhere nice. Oh, it takes up a lot of space, huh? So I suppose I will put it here. That looks expensive. 45 denarii maintenance? Nobody's got money for that. Just when I was getting excited for being in the red by less than 100. Ooh, we can choose a deity. Choosing a deity allows us to increase our production of certain goods. We have several different options. Let's find one that fits our island. Weapons, sandals, pigs. We don't have any of that stuff. Porridge. Yep, Ceres might be ours. She gets it. She understands our need for porridge. Oh, but wait, Neptune. Neptune loves the sardines. In the end, we're going to go with Ceres, Mother of Fields, because it seems fitting. And now we need a Grammaticus. This looks expensive as well, because why wouldn't it be? All you're doing is nickel and diming me. We're going to put this right here. And don't worry about this little line right here. We're going to make it pretty. There we go. We put some nice trees there. And now we have unlocked the ability to do research. And oh my goodness, look at this research tree. Some of you just got the tingles. Don't act like you didn't. Looks like our starting options. Some upgrades for our ships. Trading post improvements. Warehouse organization. There's also some civics, market forces, villa visitation, and then there's an entire tree on military as well. So I think we're going to start with warehouse organization. It is queued up. The next step for our plebeians is sandals and soap, but we need 200 plebeians in order to make that happen. So it looks like I'm going to expand a lot more residential here in a little bit. We'll do our nice little grid patterns here. Step one is we throw down the base level houses, and then after their services are met, we can upgrade them. We've got a nice little population going, 245 Romans, and we're still in debt. But that number is quickly going down because I'm adding so many more residences. More people, more taxes. Some of our buildings are going gangbusters with 110% productivity. Those bonus productions are coming from our deity. Our whole chain of bread, the whole chain of porridge. So that seemed to be very worth it. We have once again completed another quest, and Diana seems to be very happy with us. Apparently, we had one too many, where some of our people have been vomiting at the party. This isn't good. Now we can cut the wine supply, which will make a quest of us searching for wine barrels, or we can make a speech. Let's cut the wine supply, shall we? Now I gotta find some wine barrels. I think I found them. There's one, there's two, and there's three. And for our efforts, we get to pick up some wine barrels. We now have 16 wine barrels. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Can you give me some cash? We're going to take these wine barrels over to Argussus and see if we can trade them for some mackerel. At last, we finally hit positive income. Unfortunately, we're down at almost 1,200 denarii, so it's going to take us a little while to get back up there, but we'll be okay. In the meantime, I'm just going to build more houses. Over on the far side of our residential area, it's time to start expanding some of our services. For instance, none of these folks have access to a market, which is not good, which means I need to put down the whole host of new services. We'll put down the wonderful market and the tavern. They can still get access to the tunics and their little hats, but they need to be close to the market and the tavern. Understandable. I like to be close to the market and the tavern too. Now the game is yelling at me that I need to start building shipyards, and that way I could start to produce more ships. Nobody's got the cash for that. Tough times. After a little bit of SimCitying, we've added more residences, and we're up to making 70 coin per minute, although I am spending it faster than it's coming in. We have plenty of workforce, and our population is nearing 500, which should upgrade us. The tutorial is also instructing us to start attracting higher tier citizens, and we've completed our first research with warehouse organization. Now we could get plus 100% productivity on sawmills. I think I'm going to add some prestige to my governor's villa. Allow some visits from the citizens. I've realized I don't necessarily have to go to the other harbor. I can ask to buy mackerel. So I'm going to say buy mackerels when we are under 20. I'll say our minimum stock is 20. But what's great is I have lots of sardines. So I can start to sell these. And I'll say sell when above 40. Making sure that we have a minimum stock of 25. I'll do the same thing with our porridge. You know, our porridge really is renowned throughout the region. I was considering starting to trade for some mackerel, but it appears that our plebeians are happy enough with the bread. So you have a couple of different options depending on the tier. But now they want some fashion, which we can supply with either soap or sandals. Soap would require some pig farms. Oh wow, soap is difficult. But hey, it'll give us some piggies. I'm going to put the pig farm next to the sheep farm because that seems nice. Next up is a renderer. I have plenty of timber and tiles nowadays. Hence the reason I started selling off some extra stuff, which makes me wonder, should I start selling off tile too? Let's put our renderer right here. The renderer does require access to the charcoal, which we know we have plenty of because we started selling some off the extra. And that'll give us 1/2 of the ingredients required to make soap. So now let's do a lavender farm. We'll go over here next to our wheat farm. I'm going to try to let the OCD not hamstring me. Oh, wow. Apparently it takes a lot of lavender. That's only 132. You know what? You're going to have to be good with 132. I don't know if I want to change my road setup any. Oh no, we have a fire. Our closest fire brigade is way over here. Oh, the fire is spreading. Okay, time to add another fire station. I will put it right here at the corner of all the residences. That's more money we didn't have. Any chance you fellas can move a little faster? All right, fires are going out slowly. We only have 2 buildings on fire. Oh, wait a minute. All right, all the fires are out, and it looks like our citizens are taking care of the repairs now. In the course of some quests, I've had the option to expand our villa with a guest house. Oh, isn't this nice? Let's go with another straight building. Now we'll have access to some specialists. After the chaos of the fires, it is time to put down our soap maker. Our lavender's only going to be operating, it looks like, at around 73% because I only put down 132 fields. That's plenty of lavender. Make do. We are now starting to produce some soap, which is all great, except the addition of the new buildings has brought our balance to only 6. And if I'm only making 6 per minute and I have a deficit of 4,000 denarii, how long is it going to take for me to be back in the black? You know what that means. More houses. A quick fast forward for you since I'm sitting right here at the end of my play session. After a little bit of trading, we were able to provide the plebeians with their required olive oil and unlocking the next tier, the equites. who of course wanted wine and cheese, which also gave me the ability to unlock the theater. I'm still missing a little bit of concrete, but the theater is going to go right there, and look how large that building. But something I also wanted to highlight is the aqueduct system. Once you find a nice mountain spot for it, you can then build an aqueduct system around your city, which I thought was just a magnificent touch. Which, combined with the theater, has really helped give this version of Anno a lot of Roman flavor. You can then just build your aqueducts anywhere you need them to go, even connecting them to baths, which of course all take concrete and adds further to the production chains that you're going to be required to make. Once again, thank you to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video and giving me an opportunity to show you a small taste of what it's going to be like to play this next generation in the Anno series. As always, let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Also, if you're looking for something else to say, let me know what your favorite Anno game is. So until next time, much love, happy gaming, and I'll talk to you soon.